What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige with the Page, and today we're going to be doing my October book haul. Hello my darlings, welcome to this video. Today I want to talk through the 8 acquisitions that I got in the month of October. So we'll talk through the stats and then dive into the books. So like I said, I acquired 8 books in the month of October. 1 of them is read, 7 are not. 4 of them were gifts to me. 1 I found in the free stacks out the back of the library that I work at, and 3 I bought myself. I spent a total of $54.72 on those, bringing my yearly spend to $384.61, which is 64% of my yearly budget. I read 2 2025 acquisitions and 4 backlist titles in October, which brings my yearly total to 22 2025 acquisitions and 73 backlist titles, which means I've read 95 books off my TBR. So I'm trying to only add 1 for every 3 that I read off. So I could add 31 unread books throughout this year so far, and I'm sitting at 23 unread, which is at a ratio of 54% read to 46% unread, which I'm really happy with. I did also unhaul 2 books, so my TBR went from 140 books to 139. It's still going down. So I, like, honestly, once I got under the 150, I feel like I'm fine. I don't need my TBR to massively reduce. I feel like I've finally got things that I'm either excited for. There's very few that I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to read that. And then that should be enough of an indicator to unhaul some more, but at this point I'm really happy with how we're tracking. So we've gone down by 1 once again, but that's completely fine. I feel like I'm missing stats, but no. So those were the very quick stats. Let's talk about the books. I will start with the gifts, and that includes one that I had read, which was Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. Ash and I are trying to find the matching edition of Sayaka Murata's work to the Earthlings editions that we have, and it's proving quite difficult. So now I have a purple and a blue copy of these, neither of which I'm mad at because April kindly gifted these to me from her unhaul, and so I'm just like, yeah, cool. I just wanted to see if it was the matching edition. It's not, but that's okay because I really like the blue and the purple together, so I'm fine to actually just still add this to the collection, and then if anyone needs it I can loan out an edition. And then the things that are unread. So the 2 things that probably costed the most in postage was Lore Olympus Volume 4 and Lore Olympus Volume 5 by Rachel Smythe. I stopped purchasing these. I don't know why, I quite enjoy them, and so I want to continue on. I just hadn't picked them up. So I was very excited when April sent them my way. I totally forgot what I had actually said I'd take from her unhaul. So I was like, yay, cool. It was heavy. So I'm very keen to be able to continue on with this graphic novel series. And this is Lore Olympus webtoon that have been adapted into the graphic novels, and following Hades and Persephone as Persephone branches out from her overprotective mother, and it's really interesting. I've always been very curious as to where this volume goes, and I am not sure, so I'll be curious to finally continue on with the series. And the other one, which I'm super excited about, is Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. This is the first in the Regency fairy tales, and I know that there's autistic coded rep. I'm not sure if it is explicitly stated or not. Oh my god, this is so funny. Now that I've done the, like, looking for the Herky Ad challenge of author blurbs on books, I've got India Holton, which I want to read, Hannah Whitten, who I want to read, Alex E. Harrow, which I'll love to read more from, and Shelley Parker-Chan, who I've read from and need to continue on. So anyway, I don't know much more about the plot aside from that, and the fact that it's set in, like, London society, historical fantasy, involves effect. That's literally all I know, and I am very excited to just see what happens. She was cursed by a fairy and has no sense of fear or embarrassment, which makes her prone to accidental scandal. I am so happy! I think this is going to be a great time. Enter the world of this enchanting debut historical fantasy where the only thing more meddlesome than fairies is a marriage-minded mother. I can't wait. This sounds absolutely fantastic. I am here for that. Then the book that I grabbed for myself at the back of my library was Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. I have the other ones. I don't have Tower of Dawn or Kingdom of Ash, I believe, but I have the first box set of these. So when I saw it, I was like, absolutely, let's just add it to the list, and it has now come up onto the TBR for November, so I'm going to continue on and maybe make it to this by this time next year. Doubt it, but who knows. I picked that up and very happy to have found that one. Then the 3 that I purchased myself. So The first two were when there was a Love Your Bookshop Day happening, and so I had to collect one of my orders in, and that was Paradise by Dante. I wanted this particular edition because it is translated by Dorothy Sayers and Barbara Reynolds, and I've really enjoyed Dorothy Sayers' translation of the other two, so I wanted to continue in that theme and not throw my brain into complete and utter chaos. This is the third in the Divine Comedy, and we're going to continue following Dante as he journeys through things. Knowing that this is leading into Paradise, I will be very curious to see what this involves. I will be reading this in the month of November. I am nervous, but it's all good. And then I was just floating around and I saw these. And I couldn't help myself. I didn't end up reading it for Halloween, but it's Ghosted by Amy Hutton. I was in love with these little ghosties, like holy sweet lord. And so I ended up picking it up. I believe there was a mention of something on Amazon about something to do with trauma, trust issues and trauma, that's right. And I was like, I'm sold. So I really don't know anything about it. Exorcism, an ex-boyfriend, and one hell of a haunted house. Holly can't decide which is scariest. Sweet. I'm assuming they just going into a haunted house and shit will go down. I don't really want to know anything else about that. I just absolutely love it. I love that he is tattered, and I love these sprayed edges. So this was an impulse purchase, but hopefully it will pay off. I'm not always a seasonal reader, so I can read it whenever. I do wish I'd managed to fit it into the October TBR, but that wasn't the case. So we'll see if I get to it before next October, or if we just wait until next October. And then I went and had my little pamper day, teaching myself how to relax, got my nails done, and I was just floating around for Ash because I was all happy, and I didn't realize that Laini Taylor had a new book out. This is a rewrite of one of her older books, but I adore Laini Taylor's writing. Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, absolutely love. So this is Wind Witch, The Guardians of Dreamdark book 1, and I don't know anything about it. Literally nothing. I saw it was Laini Taylor and had a beautiful cover, and I was like, okay, we're making myself happy today. We're relaxing. So I ended up picking it up. I really have gone into the realm of the Fae recently, apparently. For centuries, Fae have lived safely in their ancient forests, but now their peace is under threat. Devils are escaping the prisons that have held them since dawn days, and only one fairy stands in their way. Magpie Witch is the greatest and only devil hunter of the age. When the hunt leads her into the legendary forest of Dreamdark, Maggie finds herself outmatched. Facing the biggest foe her kind has ever known, one thing is certain: if it's to save the world, she'll need all the help that she can get. Oh, I hope it has found family. I'm excited. So yes, that is this one. So this is my stunning stack of books that I acquired in the month of October. I am so happy with every one of these acquisitions, woo, because they are either helping me towards a goal or just something that I have been curious about, or written by a favorite author, which I'm never going to complain about. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments about any acquisitions that you got in October, or if you have any thoughts on these books as well. Please no spoilers. I haven't read many of them yet, but we'll get there. But I'd love to hear any thoughts and opinions that you have, or if you're just excited to share some love about any acquisitions that you might have acquired. Feel free to leave anything you want to let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you on my next video or over on my Patreon. Bye!